Yo, I'ma speak now and forever hold my peace. DM me on Instagram talking about if you don't send $1,000 by midnight, I'm gonna expose you with a video. And I'm saying, I ain't do nothing to nobody. Talking about, I said, do what you want to do. I woke up in the morning, next thing you know, pop, there's a video, all type of shit flowing around in the internet. Who the situation was straight to the point. I was chilling with these two females who I thought was females because they looked just like it, and shit like that. And shit happened in the video. It didn't get too far, but it went far enough. So now people they trying to play with my talk, like they trying to play with me. You see, I'm a victim of I wasn't aware. So I'm spreading awareness about this situation that is really going on in the world. Seriously? The fuck? I have a high respect for the gay community, trans community, all that. You know what I'm saying? We're no better than anybody. Man, shorties, they had the titties. They was looking nice. The booty, you know what I'm saying? Looked like a female, man. They was looking decent. Like, I be confused, bro. Don't act like I got a scanner, to really understand what's going on. I ain't have enough time. I didn't have enough time. They looked good from the time being in the situation. So I got tricked. Come on, man. I am an actual...
What's up, everybody? Bernard Riley back in here with another one. You just saw the gentleman lay out his case. And when I say the gentleman, I'm talking about the biologically born gentleman who laid out his case that he didn't know there was some type of sexual interaction. He said it was an intercourse. We believe him, but he said there was something going on that he got exposed for. The $1 million question that's on the table that everybody should be asking in this situation, because I know it's so easy to skip right to the part where, hey, how he didn't know, I know a woman when I see a woman, and you start beating your chest and say, a woman when you see a woman. But it's getting real out here, and by real out here I mean fake, because biological males are getting BBLs. I'm not trying not to rhyme, but biological males are getting BBLs like strippers from ATL. Okay, there, I did a little rhyming, but you get the point here. They're getting better at putting on the disguise, and guys are engaging in that activity, and most of them don't get the surgery, so it's like a moment of truth when the panties drop. But if it get to the point to where they're getting BBLs and they're getting the surgery to get everything snipped and tucked and flipped and whatever they do to make it work, if it gets to the point to where they're doing that and they're being that convincing, even though I know some of y'all gonna say it's no way that you wouldn't know just looking at the images, but we saw the image of the woman. I mean, the trans person. We saw it, and it essentially looked like a kind of ugly woman with a small waist and a big behind. Those type of women get hit on and pounced on all the time. So once we get past arguing about how he didn't know, we have to ask the real question. This individual, this gentleman in the video, by gentleman I mean the biologically born gentleman who stayed a gentleman. That's what I'm talking about here. That gentleman engaged in a form of sexual activity. Let's just assume it was full-blown intercourse. If that gentleman engaged in a form of sexual activity that he did not consent to, that he didn't know, that he otherwise would not have consented had he had all the necessary information, there is a word for that. And we know what that word is. It starts with an R. It rhymes with grape. On YouTube, you got to try not to say those magic words that make them flag your channel. So you know what I'm talking about here. Should we got to get to a point to where we're looking at it like that, because if they're going to be going out getting BBLs and whatnot, it's like all I'm saying is it's going to be harder to it's going to be easier to fool guys. That's all I'm saying. You ain't gonna fool me. That's how we do. We say I ain't gonna get fooled, but I'm saying all the rest of y'all, all the other 99.99999% of the male population, y'all are gonna get fooled. Should serious charges be brought on the individual who did not disclose the information? That's where this conversation needs to go. I'm not saying they need to walk around with a sign on their forehead. I'm talking if it gets to the point to where they're about to get intimate, they need to make it clear that they were born a biological male or a biological female. If they switched it up, changed it up, did the surgery, the person needs to be informed of that. That should be legal. It should be on the law. to get somebody to engage in any type of sexual activity that they would have declined had necessary information been disclosed, not only have you deceived them, you have got them to do something that they otherwise would not have consented to. In some countries, Canada, removing a condom without the woman's knowledge is considered a form of sexual assault. Now, if that's sexual assault, then by all means, not disclosing that you are a biological male, that's 10 times worse. That's 10 times worse. So that has to get averaged into the equation. If we're going to have a serious conversation about this, or rather, that they're being welcomed and accepted into society, trans people are here. They're not going anywhere. They're here. They're queer. They're here to stay. Whatever the slogan is, whatever. That's fine. That's good. They should have to disclose the information. And if they don't, and if they engage in some type of sexual activity, like what happened with the guy in the beginning of this video, then you definitely should be brought upon some serious charges for not disclosing the information. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that said, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.